Okay, hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the mineral nutrition in plant. Okay, so what is the mineral nutrition? Mineral nutrition is the nutrient we know all about from starting from weathering. We know that this type of rocks. Okay, from this rock, small rock forms. Then the small rock to the very basic type of particles, sand, silt, clay forms. And from these particles, we have seen that many pathogenic processes. From these many pathogenic processes, the soil form. So in the soil, so they contain many of these minerals elements. So this is all made up of this rock is made up of minerals we know. So from these minerals, all the molecules, okay, nutrient element, all the molecules or the elements nutrient elements they come to the soil. Okay, so there are many elements. Okay, like 105 elements are there. So all the elements are present in this type of soil. Okay, so out of this sum of element, what they do, they remains in the soil and they give some this element to the plant. How they reach to the plant root, and root take up and they transfer to the leaf. Okay, and we know in the leaf with the sunlight and carbon dioxide they do all the processes. So running a plant to grow, they need a lot of this nutrient element. Okay, so we today we'll study that what type of nutrient element is required by the plant and what type is not that much of requirement. Okay, all the 105 elements are not required by the plant. Clear? So how many elements is required? So that is given by the Arnold and Stout. Okay, by Arnold and Stout. What they give? They give the criteria of essentiality. Okay, this criteria of essentiality. So say that out of this element only the Arnold said that out of this 17 element is essential. Okay, out of this how many elements is essential? 17 elements are essential. Clear? So which one they call essential? They say that it must, without this element, the plant cannot complete its life cycle. Life cycle means from seed germination, then they go for the seedling stage, okay, then they go for further and go for fruiting, okay, flowering and fruiting. So all this stage has to be completed with this element. Okay, without this element, the plant cannot complete this cycle. Second is the it must have some role in the plant metabolism. Okay, like some help for the photosynthesis, some respiration, some transport. Okay, specific role. And this is only involved in the plant. They involved in the plant nutrition. Okay, in the direct role in plant nutrition, and their role cannot be replaced by other element. Okay, clear? So through these three criteria, they said that 17 elements are essential. Which are they? They are these 17. They they are categorized in the some basic nutrient. Basic nutrient means is a structural element. Okay, structural element because plant need the basic plant structure. We know basic plant structure is made up of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, clear? This is the basic structure. These three made up about 95 to 99% of this plant. Okay, these three made up of this. Okay, carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Now, out of leaving this, there are six of these macronutrients. Okay, six macronutrients. What we call macronutrients? Macronutrients requires in large quantities. Okay, and the eight is micronutrient. Okay, eight are micronutrients. Okay, so macronutrients they require large quantities, micronutrients they require smaller quantities. In case of this, also this my macronutrient there are two parts. One is primary macronutrient and another is secondary macronutrient. Which one is primary? N, P, and K. Okay, which is secondary? Calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. Why it is primary? Because these are generally supplied by the fertilizer, okay, directly, like nitrogen fertilizer, phosphorus fertilizer, potassium fertilizer, okay, and their symptoms can is widespread, okay, if it is widespread symptom, widespread. But in case of secondary macronutrient, they are supplied with the primary nutrient in a fertilizer, okay, like if we add on fertilizer, in this fertilizer it is we call it nitrogenous fertilizer. In this nitrogenous fertilizer some of the sulfur fertilizer may be there, but there is no fertilizer that contains only sulfur. Okay, there is no fertilizer is there. With nitrogen fertilizer we can apply, there is some sulfur is there, so we can apply the sulfur, clear. And it is deficiency is localized. Localized means is deficiency is not widespread, okay. And some portion of the leaf you can see, or some part of this plant you can see. Now come to the micronutrient. Micronutrient means they require very small quantities, okay, which are the some of these are cation, okay. Only boron and chlorine are anion, okay. Okay, so and okay, now see that iron, manganese, zinc, copper, boron, molybdenum, chlorine, and nickel. Nickel is the uh, last element that is found out to be essential. Clear? Now, in which form they are available? Okay, like in case of the nitrogen, they can be available in two form to the plant. Okay, as ammonium and as nitrate. Okay, two form, ammonium form and nitrate form. Phosphorus can be found out H2PO4 minus, HPO4 double minus. Okay, but maximum phosphorus is found out as H2PO4 minus. Okay, then potassium as a potassium ion K plus, sulfur as a sulfate ion SO4 2 minus, calcium 2 plus, magnesium 2 plus, iron generally ferrous form. Okay, maximum found, maximum available is ferrous form. Ferric form is very less available. It is ferrous form. Okay. In case of the zinc 2 plus, manganese 2 plus. Okay. Molybdenum, this molybdate ion means MoO4 2 minus. You have to remember this MoO4 2 minus. Okay. Then copper generally copper plus, okay, and but cupric, okay, it is q plus and cupric. So this cupric ion is available here. Ferrous is available, but in case of the copper is cupric ion is available. Boron, boric acid H3BO3 and H2BO3 minus, okay, borate ion and boric acid H3BO3 and H2BO3 minus, okay. Chlorine as a chloride ion and nickel as nickel 2 plus ion, okay, clear. Now this essence you have to remember this table, okay. This is who remember who is give essentiality of which element, like Theodore de Saussure, okay. They given the essentiality of nitrogen, and Sprengel give the essentiality of potassium, calcium, and magnesium. Greece given the essentiality of iron, like essentiality of boron given by Warrington, essentiality of molybdenum given by Arnold and Stout, and nickel by Brown, Welch, and Carrier. Okay, you have to remember that. Then this nutrient in plant we can supply in different quantity. So in a soil, if the nutrient is less amount, so the plant will not grow, no. And if it is in proper amount, the plant will grow very well. So good. So according to the nutrient concentration, we can differentiate the category of the nutrient present. Okay. So if the nutrient present in a very low quantity, see the low quantity, this amount of low quantity. So plants show the deficiency symptoms. Okay. Different deficiency symptoms is so. Okay, we say this in the deficiency range. Okay, it is deficiency range. This range is up to this deficiency range. Now in this now second stage, when we increase some of the nutrient, but still plant don't show any deficiency, but they are deficiency symptoms, but still there is lack of proper nutrition. Okay, in this case, the plant has deficiency, but it don't show any deficiency symptoms. We call this hidden hunger. Okay, we call this hidden hunger. Okay, there is a deficiency, but it don't show any deficiency. Now it is next is the critical range. If we increase some of the nutrient, it is critical. It is critical between the sufficiency and the all the deficiency. It is critical range. Okay. Above this critical range, we have the sufficiency range. That means from this range to this range, all the nutrient is available in a sufficient quantity, optimum quantity. Okay. And last of this sufficiency range, we call it luxury consumption. Luxury consumption. Okay, means plant don't improve the growth in this condition, but they all accumulate the nutrient here, all accumulate the nutrient. Okay, so it is called the luxury consumption. Then they come to the first is the less amount of toxicity, then higher amount of toxicity is there. Clear? Then at some point the plant growth and decrease and plant die. We call it lethal range. Clear? Now, despite the Arnold and Stout, given that essentiality of criteria of essentiality, still some of the scientists give some of the other concepts. Like they give the some of the element. They say that it is not essential, but it can be essential for some of the plant. We call this beneficial element. Okay, it is not come under essential element, but this is specific for some element like silicon. You assume silicon in rice field. Without silicon rice plant not can plant cannot grow, but this silicon is not required for the like cowpea. For cowpea growing, silicon is not required. Okay, for that we call silicon as a beneficial element, not essential but beneficial. Okay, like that sodium, selenium, vanadium, cobalt, and aluminium. These six we call beneficial element. You have to remember that. Okay, question may ask. And now the functional element. Functional element is what they said it is given by Nicholas. Okay, Nicholas. So what Nicholas say that all some of the elements like 20 amount of element what they do the help in the plant in any way, help in the plant in any way. Okay, they have some specific function in the plant. We call this element as a functional element. Okay, got that? They have some role in the plant function. Now we have to come to some laws. Okay, through these laws the nutrient availability is determined in a soil. Okay, in various laws like law of minimum. Okay, it is given by Leibig. You have to remember this law of minimum is given by Leibig. What the law of minimum says that the growth means the growth of a plant is determined by the lowest amount of nutrient present in the soil. Okay, lowest amount of nutrient present in soil. If you say there is high amount of nitrogen is there, high amount of nitrogen is there, that does not mean that plant growth is very well. If the phosphorus quantity is very less, that means the plant growth will depend upon the amount of phosphorus content. Clear? Like here we call it barrel concept. In a barrel, here the nitrogen is high, but all the growth is dependent on the amount of potassium. The level of water is dependent upon the potassium. The same way, the growth is also dependent upon the potassium. Clear? Now, law of diminishing return. You have to remember who gives that? The Miss Chalice has given this law of diminishing return. What does it mean? Law of diminishing return means if we increase the nutrient dose, means fertilizer dose, the plant growth will increase at the first is very higher rate. But with the further increase of the fertilizer dose, the increase is not high. It will be increase of the plant growth will be in a diminishing trend. Okay, it is diminishing trend. We call it law of diminishing return. Clear? You have to remember who gives this Miss Charlie. Now another concept of mobility is given by who? Bray. Bray gives the mobility concept. Mobility concept means he said that there is two type of nutrients are there. Some are mobile. Mobile means they go and move to the see they move to the plant root. Okay, we call it mobile nutrient. Okay, and another case they say that it cannot go to the soil, plant root. We call it immobile nutrient. Okay, who is mobile and who is immobile? They say they generally soil clay is a negative charge. So generally cation like ammonium, uh, calcium, magnesium, they generally attach to this clay surface. So they are immobile. Okay, and which are mobile element? Because the which are negative in charge, like nitrate, sulfate. Okay, they are negatively charged, so they can go because negative repels, so they are not fixed. They can go, so they are mobile element. Okay, so they are mobile element. Clear? Who gives this concept? Bray. Now come, we know about the mobile and immobile nutrient in the soil. Now which is mobile and immobile in the plant? In the plant who can go very well and who cannot go, who is not, whose speed is not fast. Whose speed is not fast, we call it immobile. Okay, who can go in the from bottom to top, we call it mobile element in a plant. Okay, in case of the plant, mobile element is N, P, K. Okay, magnesium, then molybdenum and chlorine. These six are the mobile element. All other element, essential element are immobile like zinc, copper, calcium, boron, manganese. Okay, nickel. All other elements are immobile. Clear? Now in a soil, how the nutrient move. Okay, how the nutrient move, we have learned that how many nutrients are essential is there, what are the beneficial element, okay, what are the functional nutrients, then we say that how the nutrients is available, okay, in which form they are available, then we say some the law of minimum, okay, then the Miss Charlie's law of diminishing return, okay, then new brace nutrient mobility concept, and which mobile is mobile, which nutrient is mobile in plant or which nutrient is immobile in plant. Up to this we have studied. Now we have to see there is nutrient in the soil. There is nutrient in the soil, but this nutrient has to come to the plant root. Okay, so in which process they come, this nutrient comes to the plant root. Okay, like so there's three processes are there. One is diffusion, another is mass flow, another one is root interception. Three processes are there. We will discuss one by one. Okay, first is the, okay, got that? One is mass flow, one is diffusion, one is root interception. See here, mass flow means they go with water. Go with water. Okay, if the water is moving in this way, water is moving in this way. Okay, so all the nutrients. So see, if the water is moving in this way, okay, in this way water is moving, so the nutrient will also move this in this way, okay, with the water. Then diffusion means it is through the water, through the water, okay. In this case water may goes in this direction, water may go in this direction, okay, there is no problem, but the nutrient can go through the water, nutrient can go through the water, here go through the water, here with the water, diffusion is through the water, and here in root interception it must have direct contact. Clear? Three processes are there. We will discuss one by one. First is the mass flow. Mass flow means, see, here the nitrate, calcium are there. So if the water is moving in this direction, so all the nutrient will move through this direction. Okay, through the pores between the soil particles. They go to the root tip and the root hairs. Clear? This is a mass flow. Then is a diffusion. Diffusion means we know that if we put some ink in some places, okay, it will dissipate it and to go to all these places. Okay, so from higher concentration, where it goes? From higher concentration to the lower concentration, it will grow. Oh, okay. Like here from higher concentration to lower concentration, it will grow. Clear? In the same cases, here the nutrient concentration is very high. Here in the root surface, the nutrient concentration is very low. So from this portion to this portion, the nutrient will go. Okay, we call this as a diffusion process. Diffusion process is very slow process. Okay, rather than the mass flow. Mass flow is fast process. Diffusion is generally phosphorus and potassium. You remember the phosphorus and potassium generally go for this diffusion. Now the root interception. Root interception means there is some nutrient. See there is some nutrient is there. Okay, in the clay surface. Okay, so what they do in the root, one nutrient can come to the root, and from the root one nutrient can go out. Generally, in the case of the root, there is a hydrogen ion is there. Okay, root produce hydrogen ion. So one magnesium ion come to the root and one hydrogen ion go out. Okay, one is so in if it is a root, is a hydrogen ion is there and it is a clay. There is a magnesium ion is there. So what happens? So hydrogen ion go out and magnesium ion comes to the root. Okay, it is the exchange is there. Okay, root exchange is there. So it is called it root interception. In case of the root interception, one thing is required, that is the oscillation volume. Okay, so you see here is the oscillation volume of hydrogen. There is the oscillation volume of this any ion. Okay, like magnesium, potassium. When this oscillation volume overlap, then only root interception occurs. Okay, as this is a oscillation volume not overlap, so no root interception occurs. It is overlap, so it is a root interception occurs. Okay, so you only can remember only the in contact exchange or root interception oscillation volume. Okay, oscillation volume is very important. Clear? Oscillation volume. Next, next is that the nutrient is now all the nutrient come to the root surface. Okay, all the nutrient come to the root surface. Now it is all in the root surface. But how they enter into the root cell? How will they enter into the root cell? There is two processes there. One is passive transport, another one is active transport. Okay. In case of the active transport, they require ATP for the transport of this nutrient in the plant cell. But in case of the passive transport, it generally don't require any ATP. Generally go. Generally cell is a negative charge. Okay. So any cation like calcium can go in there very easily. Clear? Okay. Now this is all about this nutrient. Okay. I hope you have understood all the things very well.